I shouldn't talk like
All right.
that. My oldest is down here.
You bad influence, you. And welcome everyone to the Kevin, the aka Jesus Unfollower after party. So far, we've got Irish Sweet in here with us because he's always seems to be around. He's like one of those, you're one of those diseases that you have that never actually go away.
Wow.
You're just always in the background. Come on, man! If you can't pick on your friends,
a high compliment right off the bat.
Right? If you can't pick on your friends, who can you pick on?
I am the most highly evolved disease of all time. I just never go away. Not even an aortic dissection can kill me.
Yeah, exactly. All right, David wants to join us, and he's going to send me a message through Facebook, so I will give him.
Uh-oh. I wonder if Neil can come back into his own stream.
Guess we're gonna find out.
Oh, no, yes. I hit the wrong fucking tab. Holy shit! Neil just abandoned his own stream. All right, yeah, it wasn't me.
Yes, my forehead shines. I know. I don't.
The 1 minute man.
Why do you think I wear a bandana?
I just want to look like Jason Statham.
Jason Statham?
Yep.
Oh, wait. That's the wrong link. I just sent him the watch link. He's already in the chat. He doesn't need that link. He needs this link. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. That's the link you want. There it is, David. It is now in the chat there. Or in the messenger.
Edward,
your forehead shines.
Not only do I wish I looked like Jason Statham, my wife probably wishes that too.
Can you at least do a Jason Statham impression?
No. I have the face for radio and a voice for silent film.
Shit.
Yeah, a lot of people said that about me. Yeah, you'd be great on radio. You got a face for radio. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, but you also have the voice for radio. I don't.
Uh-oh. Yeah, of course you have. You've always had a wrench. What the fuck are you talking about, divine disbelief? By the way, I don't know if that's Susan or Nate or Nathaniel, but whichever one you are, my guest today, Kevin, would be a good guest to have on your guys' show when you do an episode where you have somebody on. So keep that in mind.
Susan is in by herself, so that must be Nathaniel. By process of elimination.
That just popped up. So I just saw that. Hello, both of you.
Hello.
Little Miss Doubtfire. Hello.
Welcome, Dave. The first time ever in my stream.
Was that a Seinfeld too, where the belly button screams "Hello"?
I went a different way. I went with Miss Doubtfire facing.
That's what I
facing the pie.
It was, right?
Yeah. There's that too, but it's I always remember that from Seinfeld. It's like her belly button wants to continually say hello.
I didn't know you had some fans in my chat there.
I assure you, I'm not awesome. I'm lame, but thank you.
And it looks like you'll probably hear from these guys. Yeah, it's at Jesus Unfollower, just like the link below. Or actually, all the links are in the original interview. I never put the links in the after parties. I started it that way and I just never changed it. But I always put a link to the original interview in the after parties so people can go back and then they can find those links.
Follow the links, people. Just follow the links.
Follow the links.
Hey, can you guys hear me okay? And you're not getting any feedback? I haven't been on one of these before on StreamYard, so.
You are good.
Oh, it's pretty much the same. We can hear you and you sound good.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, David's from my neck of the woods. So.
Well,
as soon as this whole thing blows over.
If you want to see Neil's house from here, it's just out there. That's the Vancouver Inner
Just
Harbor.
down there somewhere.
That's fucking beautiful. I'm moving there.
Yeah.
It's actually
it's great here.
it's a nice place to visit. That's Canada Place.
You sound like somebody from Maine.
Wait a minute.
The second somebody says, a tourist says, I think we should move here, they just turn nasty on them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a great place to visit. Don't even fucking think about moving here.
Neil, are you in are you on the hill in Delta, or are you off in Ladner-ish area? Or?
I lived in Ladner for 15 years, and I was in Tawasin for a few years, and now I'm in Queensboro.
Oh, so you're down the hill. I can't actually see you unless the Earth is flat. I'm not going to see you here. Yeah.
Even if it was flat, there's still hills in the way.
Yeah.
But we all know it's not.
What do you mean, even
fuck
if?
off, flat earthers.
Hey, Kevin, I was listening to you earlier.
Yeah.
And it seemed to me like I came from a Christian family. My grandfather was a pastor in the church and all that. And they had a lot of like music programs and stuff like that. But I know in the United States, it's a lot bigger component. Like most of the little cities have a football team that everybody goes out to see, whether it's high school or whatever. Is that sort of the case where you had a lot of, I wouldn't call them extracurricular, but a lot of activities through the church that took up your time and kept you kind of on that narrow path?
A pretty good bit. I mean, and like I said, we had so many church services. I mean, I felt like I was at that place 1,000 times a week. It was Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night. They had what they called Friday Night Fire. It was basically just like another way to get our money, probably, when it comes down to it. But like, just these services multiple times, and they did feed the needy, and they would, which is good, of course, but there was always some extracurricular activities going on. And with me being in the youth worship band, like I was there practicing a lot too. So like it was like a second home for me, pretty much.
Yeah, my church wasn't big enough to have a youth worship band, but Neil, I texted you last time about Brian Gibson from GGRP, and he was a member of our church. So he ran a group called Joy Unlimited that recorded an album. And they had like a church singing group. It was before my time by a few years, but we sang commercials as kids for him and that. And there was all kinds of stuff like that, keeping people kind of on track with their religious faith, I guess you would call it, through the thing. But we didn't have, like you're talking about, band.
I'm going to interject here for a quick moment. Kevin, if you remember during your original interview and us chatting about my friend that I said lived in the Bible Belt and was literally named the Bible Belt Atheist.
Yeah.
This is him.
Hey, what's up, dude?
What's up? Actually, I didn't get to see the original interview because my grandparents were just over, so I'll have to watch it later.
You didn't want to sit down and watch it with them?
No, because we were trying to put up a wall mount for my TV, so
gotcha.
Kind of wasn't able to.
I was chilling your channel out earlier. I was telling him how you and Bub were in this competition to see who gets more subscribers on their channel. So I whispered into the microphone saying, "Go sub to Bible Belt Atheist, and then you can go sub to Bub."
Yeah, well, he already blew me out of the water with that. So, because our race was to 500, and I'm only at like 474, and he's already at like 550 something. Or 540 something.
That's not bad. So, that's you got to catch up to the guy, man. What's going on here? Maybe if you put more content out, Zach.
I do twice a week, or I try to.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, that's true too. You do. Where'd Swede go? Maybe he's trying to turn down the heat.
He did an exit stage left.
The Irish exit.
Stage left. I thought that was, what's his name? Snagglepuss, isn't that, or Snaggletooth or something? Snagglepuss, something like that. Old cartoon.
Exit stage left, even.
Yeah, even. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Back in the days of when Hanna-Barbera ruled the cartoon world.
Yeah.
With Looney Tunes and shit. Oh, yeah, me too. My
days
dad
of dropping handles on people.
Yeah. Yeah. Or putting jet skates on.
Oh yeah,
and birds could run through pretend tunnels, but not the coyote. They actually there was a commercial I watched the other day that showed a painting of a tunnel, and of course the coyote comes up and he's holding up the sign asking him questions for the commercial, and then of course Roadrunner comes ripping up behind him, beeps, scares the crap out of him, then runs down the tunnel, and then the coyote tries to go in there and he slams into the tunnel, and then the guy checks his pulse. He goes, "Holy shit, he's dead! How much for the painting?"
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Classics.
Yeah.
My dad used to watch that shit when he was in college. As him and his buddies would watch that in college all the time, because that's when it was brand new. Like the Roadrunner Hour would come on, and they'd all get together and drink beer and watch the cartoons. So of course he forced me to watch them when I was a kid. Not that it took much convincing. Being a kid, you love cartoons. So I still love cartoons. So there you go. And anime. Got to remember to make that distinction. You tell anime people that they're cartoons, it's animation. They're like, no, it's anime. I'm like,
No.
Get it right.
I mean,
That'll get you unfriended.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just from a different country.
Oh yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's like.
I mean,
people
I've got
from Canada.
like pretty much like 90% of my friends are into anime, and I'm like, dude, it's Japanese cartoons that you can't even understand. What is the point of it? And it's not even based on real life. So what is, or something that like the only cartoons I really like, or animated anything that I really like, is the Star Wars stuff, or like Tom and Jerry.
I
Like
have
that's
seen
really
some
the only
Tom and
things I like. That's the
The
only
two
animated shit that I
mains.
like.
I like
Hell
me
yeah,
Really
some
the
Tom
only
and Jerry,
animated
the
stuff I
OG.
like. So
I do like some Rick and Morty. That's
Oh
something I
fuck
can
yeah,
enjoy.
that's a good show.
see, I never got into that.
I haven't
never-
watched
Rick
it
and
either, but
Morty?
I know I would like it. Just one of
No.
those that's on my list, you know.
Rick
It-
and Morty, the first 3 seasons are great for philosophy, especially in absurdism and nihilism.
See,
Yeah.
the main reason why I never got into it is because it's animated. That's the main reason why I never got into it.
Are you just anti-animated? Or what?
Pretty much, yeah.
What's your beef?
Like I
with
don't.
cartoons?
There's really only, like I said, there's only 2 or 3 animated anything that I like.
I like home movies. That's a
we-
good one. If you've ever watched home movies, that's a great one.
I mean, I've seen America's Funniest Home Videos, but that's about it.
No, home movies was
Home movies is
a
an
cartoon.
Adult Swim. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't.
I've seen the amateur category on Pornhub if you're talking about those kind of home movies.
Not
Wait,
gonna
you haven't
complain
seen my
I
there.
free you
Oh.
that section.
Yeah, home movies, and then what's the other one?
That's the first time I ever heard the voice of who we now know as Bob Burgers and Archer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
John
Right, 'cause
H.
he-
John Benjamin.
Yeah, he did the voice of the coach on that home movies, right? And then of course,
Oh.
then I saw him. Yeah, and then I saw him on, of course, Family Guy,
Archer.
because he's the store clerk at the convenience store as well.
Yeah,
Then,
I love him on
Venture-
Archer. That's if you
Venture
haven't
Brothers.
BBA. If you haven't seen Archer, I like that.
No,
The
I
early
haven't.
series.
No, I haven't.
I think my favorite role of his is in the Arby's commercials. It's probably the
Yeah.
number one.
Arby's commercials.
He's done some of those stupid Arby's commercials.
Do any of you guys know what A&W is?
Yeah, I've got a full
A&W,
case
like
of it in
the
my
review?
fridge.
Oh, do
Or the restaurant.
The restaurant. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we
Yeah,
have that in
there's-
the Midwest here.
Well,
in
I know what
Nebraska.
that is too because I've driven by it.
Yeah, there's a guy up here who's the face of A&W. His name is Alan Lulu. And this is a Canadian restaurant chain local here. GGRP actually wrote their original The Great Root Beer jingle, that ba-dum-ba-dum, bum-ba-dum-ba-dum-bum. Anyway, so this guy Alan Lulu was born in New Jersey and lives in Indiana or Michigan or something like that. He's never been to Canada, and he's the face of A&W Canada. It's like, what?
Didn't A&W start in Canada?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. It's a Canadian chain that then eventually bled down into the U.S.
Oh, I didn't even know it was down there. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Adventure Time. That's the other one I love.
Adventure Time. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. There's
That's
some
actually,
new shit.
That's probably better
There it
aimed at
is.
children, but yeah. Adventure
He's
Time
got-
is awesome.
Have you ever tried
Oh, look at
the?
that.
Oh, he can't hear me. Have you ever
Not
tried
yet.
the A&W cream soda? No, he doesn't. Is he headsetting?
Yeah, he's got to put him back in. He's got to move that mop out of the way first.
Cream soda is good.
Hey, BBA, have you ever tried the A&W cream soda?
Yes.
Oh,
See,
Yeah.
I hate cream soda. I can't drink that shit. It's way too sweet. Way too sweet. I don't drink
geez.
pop really very often unless it's mixed with something.
Like,
Yeah, well,
Tequila.
I'll drink sweet tea by the gallon, so
Yeah, up here in Canada we call that iced tea. But yeah, it's the same thing.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, I tried something for the first time that was actually pretty good. You guys are, you know what ginger ale is, right?
yeah.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Try putting Fireball in with ginger ale.
And
Really?
Susan, Long John Silver's is no longer in the Yum brands. They got sold. Long John Silver's is going to die a slow and painful death as far as a franchise is concerned.
We had one of those here many moons ago.
How did you even
it-
put a Long John Silver's near the coast? Because there's infinitely better options. Just
That's probably why it didn't last very long. Vancouver
Yeah.
has literally thousands of seafood restaurants, and all of them, for the most part, are pretty good.
Yeah.
That's why Red Lobster won't come here to the Lower Mainland.
yeah.
We had a, you guys know Kenny Rogers Roaster? We had one of those up here, and it lasted like 3 months. It just did nothing here. Yeah.
One of the best is Atlantic Beach, North Carolina. There's the old like 1900 fishmonger, and it's called the Sanitary. And you can show up at like 5:30 in the morning when the boats come in and tell them that's the snapper I want, and they'll mark it, and then you tell them what time you'll be there, and you show up, and they'll have it all ready for you with all the sides that you tell them that you want in the morning. And you've never had seafood before unless you've had like day caught stuff. That was great. We did that for our honeymoon.
Well,
We
does,
live in Vancouver. We have day caught stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I
But,
don't
you
think
know,
that-
we're
You can go to the-
in
you can go to
the
the dock and
Midwest.
buy it off the fisherman.
In the Midwest, we
uh,
have to have it flown in every day.
yeah, does real Alaskan salmon caught fresh from the sea count?
Depends how old is it.
Alaskan salmon? It's
Yeah.
you mean Pacific salmon, because even though
Well,
it's in Alaska,
Well,
they're called
Alaska.
Pacific salmon. Right. But they have Atlantic salmon, which sucks, and then they have Pacific salmon, which is way better.
Is king salmon the same thing as Atlantic salmon, or?
King salmon? That's a good
I think
question.
I think the fish is a little bit bigger. I'm not sure.
Pacific ones are bigger than the Atlantic.
They sell them about
Well,
150 feet away from me here.
They're probably Pacific then.
Yeah.
King salmon and king crabs. Yeah. These crabs are, I like crab, but I'd rather have it prepared rather than have to fucking crack the shells all the time. It's way too much work.
Jeez.
It's way too much fucking work. All the cracking and pulling the meat out and dipping it in the garlic butter. And
I gotta say,
Susan,
I'm not
I
a
think you're only 9 years behind. 2011 is when Long John Silver's was divested from Young Brands. That's a long time ago. Whew.
Wow.
And they're still
What were you going
alive.
to say, Dave?
I was going to say, I'm being here on the West Coast and not being a big seafood fan is kind of a rarity. Everybody out here loves seafood and loves sushi. But years ago, I used to work for a packaging machinery company, and we did a stint on the East Coast. We went through New York.
Do I want to hear?
The best seafood I ever had was at a place called Bookbinders, and it was the 4th generation of the Bookbinder family in Philadelphia that ran this restaurant. And I ate my dinner, and our distributor, one of the guys who we knew really well, who had been out to Vancouver, I literally ate all of my dinner and all of his dinner at this place. And I'm not a seafood fan, but the food was so good. Yeah.
Depends on how it's made. I mean, seafood can taste like crap, or if it's really well made, like if you cook halibut just right on a barbecue, it's so good.
I'm a man. I'm 40. I saw that Mike Gundy reference in there.
That's me.
I'm full.
That's-
You're only 40, puppy.
I have friends at the local sports talk radio station, and they played that for me several times during the day on my 40th birthday a few months ago. It was great.
Like you have friends.
What do you think about Scott Frost? Do you like Mr. Frost?
Yeah, I think it's probably one more year for the culture to actually get turned around from where we were, and
Yeah.
whether the winds will follow, I don't know. But there will come a time when we no longer doubt the effort of the team, and I think that'll start this year.
Oh, is this a sports reference?
Yeah.
Ah, good. Okay. Way out of the loop on that one.
I'm a Michigan fan.
So, like, the joke in Nebraska is that we have Saturday church service 8 times a year on Saturdays. 90,000 people show up for the service.
I swear to God, college football
willing to pay $55 a head, to show up.
College football is the main reason that me and my Seventh-day Adventist girlfriend split, because she liked to go to church on Saturdays, and I wanted to watch my damn football now.
College ball, man. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
What's wrong with that?
It's college ball. I thought you were going to say she wanted to go to East Lansing, but
Look at Nathaniel. Another involved with.
Yeah, Susan, I'm a Michigan fan. Proud of it.
So this conversation and this one here is upsetting. Should we get Nathaniel in here so he can speak his piece? Because Irish, you're wearing a sweater that he quite likes, actually. So.
Yep.
I think I'll throw him a lifeline and get him into the conversation, because I know he's going to have something to say about this. Well, it's Nathaniel. He's always got something to say about that sort of thing, which is always fun.
Michigan will be interesting this year, because Michigan has a lot of tough games this year. They could go 7-5 and actually still be better than last year.
I know they got to open up at Washington first game, but luckily Peterson's gone, so is Eason, so it might be a little more winnable. We shall see.
I agree with Santi about not liking sports. I think the only 2 sports I care about are motorsports and racquetball.
Racquetball?
Never.
That's random.
Well, my grandpa's extremely good, so.
Never date a tennis player. Love means nothing to them.
Hey, that's good.
Okay, that was
all right.
good.
I sent you the link.
I can't believe I haven't heard that before.
I haven't either.
Hi, sassy heathen. So fucking funny.
So
I
think one of my better religious jokes is, so the pastor plays hooky and goes golfing, and he's out on the course and shanks a shot, and it bounces off a tree. A bird picks it up clean out of air, drops it, and the wind blows it in the hole for a hole-in-one. Angel looks over to God and says, "God, why would you do that? He's playing hooky on his church." And God looks at the angel and says, "Who's he going to tell?"
I heard a different joke with God and golfing and stuff. I think it was Moses and Jesus and God are golfing.
Yeah, that's the last time I played. It's Moses, Jesus, and an old guy. I think is how it starts, isn't it? And like Moses hits the water, and he does this, and parts the sea, and Jesus, puts it right on the green.
Also goes right into the water. No, he goes to the water, and it skips across like he's walking across. Right, and then of course the old guy gets up and it bounces off a tree, and an eagle catches it and flies with it, and it drops it, and the gopher picks it up and puts it in the hole. All the shenanigans, and then Jesus goes, "Stop showing."
Last time I played,
yeah, but I thought Jesus was good. See, it's confusing.
I know.
Is he God or is he not God? Is he the spawn of God? The illegitimate because he raped Mary, spawn of God? Or, it was not consensual. We know this.
Did God have 50
Nowhere in the
shekels
Bible
to pay?
says 50 shekels. And nowhere in the Bible does Mary go, oh, hi, God. Yeah, oh, hey, your legs are spread, ready to go. Nowhere does it say that. There was no consent.
Yep, not at all.
There's a lot of abhorrent firsts in the Bible. I guess, the first sexual assault. Why not, right? Toss it in there.
First murder.
Sure. Right after we smashed some infants against the rocks. In that psalm or whatever, that fucking psalm. And I told this to a Christian.
Well, there was angels
that was
hiding and
revenge,
raping
right?
women too.
True enough, right? And that's why we have Nephilim or whatever the fuck they're.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So Nathaniel had to go get prettied up first before he could join us.
Yeah.
The red has doubled.
I was bitching about my beard.
Doubled.
Yeah, I was wearing this all day today. This was going to be my sideline shirt this year, and so no, not anymore. So
maybe.
So just so you know, I know I'm gonna like rant for like half a second. Yes, we know atheists. We know you don't sports. Okay, so give us 5 fucking minutes. All right,
hey, we're not just atheists. We're Canadians.
Right? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. If you're not a Canucks fan, yourself. Calgary
Canucks.
Flames or whatever. God, fucking Flames.
Fuck them. See, actually, Alberta. Canada's Texas, pretty much.
Yeah.
They pretty much are the same as Texans.
Yeah, it's pretty large.
They have all the oil. They're super conservative assholes. And
if you ever have Paul Apologia on here, you can ask him, do you know why the wind blows off the ocean across Vancouver? Because Calgary sucks.
Well, that's the same reason why the air blows east to west or west to east in Nebraska. Iowa sucks.
Yeah, Kansas sucks too. But if you want, why there are no trees in Oklahoma is because Texas really sucks. So fuck that place, just in general. But also,
hey, you got the geography to go along with it.
Yeah. Also, that team in Austin, really fuck them. And also Waco.
And
I have
Station.
reasons to not like Baylor University, by the way, is hi there, private Baptist university that covered up and completely ignored for multiple years while you were doing really well in college football the fact that dozens of your football players were raping undergrads.
Yep.
Oh, I remember that.
And how
I will be right back. I got to take my little one up to bed.
Yeah, it's 5:45, but okay. I ain't judging. And how you, state of Texas high school football, allowed last year for that same coach, Art Dubriles, to become a high school football coach northeast of Dallas because, there's nothing that's more safe for your football team in Texas than a coach that allows an already overinflated ego of high school football players to now go virtually unchecked. Yeah. I'm certain those high school girls are going to be safe. It's fucking anyway.
Honestly, though,
and then his son gets hired again.
Yeah, well, so did he. He's coaching.
Where did his son get hired? FAU or something?
Yeah.
That was where Carl Pelini went. Went down there. He went down to FAU after he left Nebraska. What was that, 2015? Yeah, getting that coke. Get them undergrads down there. You can't. Lincoln's a little different unless you're
and mistake one and not realize one was a booster's daughter.
Yeah, that's a Frank Solich thing though too.
Yeah.
So as you that don't know, Tom Osborne was the football coach in Nebraska for 25 years. He went 245. 49-3.
25 years? Really?
255.
Yeah. Wow. 255, yeah. He 1973 to 1997. Of course, he was also there from 62 with Devaney, but was like receivers coach or something back before receivers existed. He's in the
NFL.
Yeah, he was with Washington, right? I think.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tight end.
Yep. Yeah. That's back when football was different. And Frank Solich he was able to name his successor, because when you're a god in Nebraska, you're the football coach, or John Cook, the volleyball coach at this point. No, they do not like Adrian Martinez right now. Stupid.
That's true too.
Everyone loves the backup.
Yeah. And that, of course, is what's his name from he transferred
we
back
all
in.
want to actually be a starter this year. Wait, when do we play Michigan next? Because that's the two brothers play against McCaffrey brothers play against each other.
Yeah, Christian's little brother is he's like, man, he is
because Michigan has a McCaffrey playing quarterback too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're not on the schedule this year. Of course, we don't even know if there's going to be football this year. I imagine they're gonna. I was actually reading something yesterday, because I haven't kept up in, I don't know, since October. When your team sucks for a straight decade, you just go, you know what? Fuck you. I think it's going to be like next month that they're going to decide whether or not they're going to have, or how they're going to do anything.
Yeah, it might be without fans or something. It'll be so weird.
Yeah. And in Lincoln, now we understand, Michigan, that sometimes you don't, fill up your stadium or whatever, which is understandable. You have it looks like, if you've ever seen the Big House, it's very large, and they say it's the quietest 100,000 in the world, and because it stretches like.
What happened the last time Nebraska came there? It was pretty loud then, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. That was 2 years ago. Didn't go well. But that's okay. It's going to be different. Like if you are now, mind you, in Nebraska, we do sell out every game, right? Since November 3rd, 1962. Yeah. Hey, you know what? The stadium's full. And yeah, I know boosters buy the tickets, just so everybody knows. Now it's more full than every other stadium all year round. And we get what, like 80,000 to the spring games, right? And
sold out the spring game.
Yeah,
sold out the spring game last year.
Yeah, and then we had tickets to Susan's back there. We had tickets this year. I didn't get to go. I'd be like, you know what? You can't end the home sellout streak just because of this. In the event that they play football with no fans.
Oh yeah.
I hope they do end it just so we can stop talking about it.
It's the last streak to go.
Yep.
But like what is?
Do you know how many games it is?
Yeah, 376 now, I think.
Yeah. If we get to count them all the way out, Oklahoma will be our opponent on the 400 sellout at home.
Yes.
Neil, do you remember what the Canucks streak was?
Yep.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I thought it was like 477 or something. It's the fourth longest in sports history.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's up there somewhere. I knew we had some level of a record there.
Somebody will Google it.
Yeah. Of course, I think that we should kind of consider the John F. Kennedy was president when Nebraska last didn't fill their stadium. All right. So
wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, whenever you say 1962, they're like, wait a second. Yeah, Kennedy was still alive. And
well, yeah, the Canucks are dealing with an 82 game schedule, 41 games at home, right? So
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, yeah, congratulations to the the Boston Red Sox on your 80 some odd home season. Like, come on, no, there's like between 8 and 10 home games per FBS football team every year, and that has not always been the case. Obviously, we're starting playing football games in August now, and this I'd look back. I don't actually necessarily remember, but I look back on schedules and stuff. You see things starting in September, like late September, middle of September, right? And now you're looking at things that are like is like Labor Day weekend football, and now it's like a week and a half in advance. Like, dang it! I got things to do. It's still hot, which it's September, so of course it's hot. Stupid Texas. I hate that place.
Holy fuck! Is that like an? Hang on. I got to ask a question.
Yeah.
Is that an entire wall of Funko Pops behind you?
Yeah. Yeah. They're all Star Wars. Anyways, hold on.
Hey,
Damn.
Neil, I was going to ask you if you were going to
these two.
start doing a guest show and tell. So when you have like Kevin, if you can quickly pull out something for show and tell and just, go through that, as a warm up at the start of the show while people are still logging in and stuff, should do a little show and tell area.
This is a B-24.
Yeah.
There's some on the floor.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we got to get we have some of the stuff we get for joke with everyone on hockey stuff. Yeah, Randolph, we know you're an atheist. Sports aren't a big deal. Get it? It's like
I just never gets old, eh?
like no, yeah, dude, that Darth is awesome.
Oh, sweet.
I broke the lightsaber, so
I got to show you guys this.
Why would you break that?
It broke in the move when I was moving it. It got caught
you
on
guys
something.
may have seen these before. Have you ever seen these teddy bears? They look really cute.
In my nightmares, yeah, I've seen them in my
Whoa.
nightmares.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
That's a Five Nights at Freddy's bullshit.
Yeah,
going on
scary
there.
enough before the teeth.
So they're called teddy bears in Canada too, then. Like,
Yeah, they call them.
As opposed
yeah,
to?
that's pretty much universal.
yeah,
As
okay.
opposed to stuff that's sewn together bear, like
Well, it comes from Theodore Roosevelt, so I didn't know.
yeah.
Okay,
I
all right.
know that.
Oh, yeah, I was just like,
I think
We had MASH. And,
There we go.
shuriken.
Shuriken?
Nice.
Wow.
again.
Yeah, that was a gift from a friend of mine.
I think
why
in
do they
Europe
put an
call
eye in
teddy
it?
bears stuffed bears?
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, Cthulhu's hanging out, having a good day.
Nice.
That's the best.
Yeah, a little.
I have one Funko Pop.
Yeah, I know. I think we've seen it, haven't we?
Too.
Oh, nice.
I have race medals.
Yeah, we know you run and stuff. You did the Lincoln Marathon, right?
I did the Lincoln half twice. I've done the Hadrian's Wall run,
Oh, nice.
60 miles.
I
Wow.
just got this in the mail by Sean Carroll. Big picture.
Hey,
Good
all
book.
right.
Damn, y'all have everything within an arm's reach. I don't have shit over here.
No,
Well, I got something else that's in my
I have
closet.
I have a Game Boy notepad that my sister
Nice.
got me. Check that out.
nice. I got a coffee mug.
I got my Leatherman.
Hey, I'm wearing
These
my
are the-
Leatherman.
These are the only two things I had within reach.
Oh,
Seems like that's okay.
now mix them. Now we need you to mix them together and drink.
Well, I was gonna make a fireball margarita, but I didn't have time, and the blender was put away. So
That sounds dangerous.
Little-
Yeah.
Little tiny bottle of.
Now, have to respond to Randolph because he said, "Weren't they a teddy bears
You
a
don't have to.
German invention?" No, I don't. They the actual like stuffed bear, yes, but the name teddy bear comes from Theodore Roosevelt with a it's mythological because it actually did happen, but the story is Americanized and all that stuff.
Blown up a little bit.
Yeah, so he was out in what is now Yellowstone. And by the way, that's the reason we have national parks, because he wanted to set aside federal land so we could go and slaughter more buffalo and all that. That's like the one thing that people should know about. But
Remind me not to piss BBA off.
Yeah, he's like Dwight
Right?
Schrute, man. He's got weapons hidden all over the office.
Is that a
Oh,
looks like
Klingon
some-
weapon?
Yeah, it looks like a batleth.
dude, yeah,
But it's like skulls and shit on it.
Bruce Wayne would like his batarang back, please.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, I can't. The apartment that I'm in, we can't like openly display weapons, but I've got it sitting up in my closet. So
Nice.
I've
'Cause
got a
this is
real
a-
life dog right here. This one's not stuffed.
Yeah.
Aw.
because this is a display piece, but it's still sharp as hell. So
Yeah.
you could legit use this as a weapon.
The story with the teddy bears. He wanted to shoot a bear, right? And so they went and they got a bear cub and they tied it up around a tree, and he just couldn't shoot it because it was too cute and all that shit. And that's where so he's like, no, let it go. And that's where the story comes from. And that story is almost right, except it wasn't a bear cub. It was a bear, and they did tie up the bear. But you can imagine that bears are usually not okay with this. this concept of being tied up, and
Not just
so,
bears.
Yeah, well, I mean,
It's like
there
King
are,
Kong.
Depends on the context.
Don't
Like,
king shame.
yeah. So
It's not a
and so-
BDSM bear.
so
So
they actually wounded this bear, and tied it to this tree so he could shoot it. And Teddy Roosevelt chose not to shoot it, not because he was in, so it's like, oh, this bear is injured or whatever, and we should probably save its life. No, he said that he wanted to actually kill a bear, and so he was like, I'm done here, and he walked off, and his compatriots finished the job. So yeah, but that's where the teddy bear comes from. Good job, everybody.
Not quite as good a story as Winnie the Pooh, but okay.
Yeah, right.
Winnie
It's
the Pooh
almost-
is Canadian.
Yeah, is Christopher Robin and all that Canadian?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was in Winnipeg.
pretty
That's
sure.
where Winnie.
yeah.
Winnie.
That's where Winnie came from.
Winnipeg.
It also makes sense with 100 Acre Wood. You would expect Americans to know what acres are.
Do you not
We don't even
opposed
know
to-
what, as opposed to any number mathematically. Is the
Oh,
joke.
okay.
Screw this
I
whole
thought
going
you-
to metrics thing. We don't even know what inches are.
I was gonna say we use hectares now, right? So
Yeah, pretty much.
Is it also a Canadian thing to wear a shirt but no pants, like Winnie?
how much can we see here?
You know what? I may
Everyone
not be
stand.
wearing pants right now. Randolph, are you wearing pants? Randolph's in the green right now.
That's the
Wait.
Seattle business meeting is dress up top and
Yeah.
cargo shorts and Birkenstocks.
The business mullet.
Oh wow, that's not going to
Yeah,
happen.
business in the front, party in the rear.
It's at
Well,
was it
40 hectares. 40 hectares woods. Never mind.
the by the way, the 40 acres is a funny thing when you hear about that.
40 acres and a
Southern,
mule.
yeah, high Southern Reconstruction in America. Oh man, yeah. Turns out, by the way, we're not a great country, and but
Took you that long to figure it out.
you know,
I don't think any country's been great.
Maybe, but
yeah, we just say we are.
but you guys are fine examples of good people in that country.
Yeah, those of us that that aspire
Very-
to what the idea of what we probably should be. I think.
I don't.
Yeah.
I would say that America is a great country. They've the country itself, including the government, has done a lot for science, a lot for space exploration, a lot for innovation. You can't really say that they're not pulling their weight. They're being molded in the hands of a psychopath right now. So you can't say, you don't just take the eraser and wipe out the entire dry erase board of everything that's ever been accomplished just because one person is dismantling the EPA and taking away women's rights and doing other things. It's a bad direction to
If
go
you
in,
look at, if
but
you
I
look
don't
at some
think
of the
America's
shit we've
not
pulled,
great.
if you look at some of the shit we've pulled over the, say, the last 200 years,
Yeah.
it's
Come on, man.
There's-
Every big empire has done that.
every empire has done this. Every country has
Yeah.
probably done some horrible atrocity at some point.
Yeah, we just did them like by the decade.
Yeah.
Even us wonderful Canadians have done some pretty horrific things. you know,
Yeah.
in
Oh,
the
yeah,
country.
the indigenous people would definitely agree with that.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't think
Yeah.
you hit the 108 million genocide mark like we did, but yeah, we did.
Yeah.
They made up
Yeah.
for it by clubbing seals.
Yeah, and basically rendering the buffalo extinct. Again, you're welcome. That's
We
that's
have
what did.
buffalo, and you guys almost killed off all the grizzly bears too, but we have like 18,000 of those in BC alone. So,
Oh, and now we know where to go. Right.
oh,
Don't,
there's lots of them.
don't tell Americans about that. First off, they have to figure out where British Columbia is.
Don't worry, we're not going to let them cross the border. Like that.
You know, when you're in Seattle and you want to go to Alaska, right in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, if you tell them British Columbia, they'll just start crossing the Atlantic, and we can just forget about
For
it.
sure.
Yeah, they'll try to
For
go to
sure.
the UK.
Across
Don't
the
even
pond.
laugh because there was a summertime here. I think it was the Blaine border here in which is the closest one other than the Point Roberts, which isn't connected to the mainland U.S. These guys came up from Florida with their snowboards in August, expecting to snow.
Yeah.
Snowboard here they come up. My friend worked at the border, and she told me the story. And they come up and go, "Yeah, we just want to know the closest mountain we can hit where some snowboarding." She's like, "It's August." What do you mean snowboarding?
7 hours north.
Yeah.
Remember when we actually start getting some snow on our mountains here, because there's snow, but she just told me, you want to snowboard? Keep going north.
Yeah.
You might get some mountains with a little bit of snow left on top.
You see that sign that says Nome this direction?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you'll have to.
I have to
Say hi to
admit,
my friend Prophet of Spot.
back in, I think it was 89, my buddies and I on sport bikes all went down the I-5 and just thought, we'll take our credit cards and a change of clothes and away we go. And we ended up in Orange County, California. And a guy came up to us on the beach and saw the license plates and did the whole, "Hey, where are you from?" And, we tell them, "Oh, we're from Canada, from Vancouver." And they're like, "Wow, you guys have motorcycles up there?" We were like, "Yeah." So one of my friends started yanking his chain and saying, "Well, yeah, in the winter you got to put a ski on the front wheel and everything, but yeah, we have motorcycles." And the guy finally comes out with, "Aren't you guys really hot here? Can I get you some beer?" "Yeah, get us some beer."
Yeah, first for me. Oh yeah, we'll take full advantage of that ignorance. I had a guy when I lived in Israel. I lived with a whole group of Americans. There was like 4 Canadians in the entire group, and one of them asked me if I had a pet penguin. First of all, this is the Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah.
There's no penguins in the Northern Hemisphere, period, unless they're in a zoo. And second of all, no, I don't. So
Right.
I blame the Woody Woodpecker
California.
with Chili Willy.
Oh, I love Chili Willy.
Chili Willy used to be chased by the polar bear, which is a northern. We actually do have polar bears here, so. And they blew the whole thing about penguins living in the north with this whole Chili Willy thing. They're all southern hemisphere animals, or birds, I should say, guys. So again, unless they're in a zoo, and we had some here in the zoo at one point, and I never made a pet out of any of them. So
no,
the otters are way better.
We have river otters right here in front of me.
Football recruit that came out to Nebraska that I hosted at my small college, and he wanted to know why we didn't have any hitching posts. He still thought we rode horses.
Yeah,
Wow.
had that before. Yep. So, but Santi the Sane apparently didn't know that I'm part of Divine Disbelief. Thought that we were somebody else. Well, I mean, she's the other half. You've probably seen her back of her head more than anything. Apparently, there she is. Hey, you.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, Santi in the chat,
Oh.
like 15 minutes ago, said that it was someone else. I'm in shock. Well, yeah, I apologize for this surprise. No, yeah, yeah.
There.
They said that the joke when we were younger was when they would bring recruits to Nebraska. They'd bring them there like in the summertime. It's because there's not a damn person who's gonna be like, "Oh, Lincoln in December, this is great. Let's stay here." Oh yeah. Oh,
The bait and switch.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, see,
nowadays that's not true anymore because most kids are like, if I want to play in the league, I better be able to get drafted by Green Bay and have it not affect me."
Yeah, man, and so they just. I don't know how. I get that Nebraska is like cold and windy and dry and all that shit, but I think that I would rather play 2 or 3 games where it might snow than to play in Austin in Miami. Where
I tell people the same fucking thing.
God,
Like,
dude, it is. You just like walk outside.
Like Big Ten football in September, October, like it's beautiful, and down here it's already hot as fuck.
Yeah, the
super
humidity
hot, super
in
humid.
Athens.
That Michigan State game 2 years ago was like,
oh yeah,
things ever.
The
It was
nine
the
to
most
six game,
exciting 9-6 game ever.
Yeah.
I'm going to read something that Randolph put in the side chat. It's about the Americans asking Canadians questions about Canada. This is, I once told someone in Texas Texas, USA, that we live in igloos and icebergs. Because he was being ridiculous about Canadian stereotypes. Then I told him about how we operate log fires in igloos without them melting. And he believed the first part about the igloos, but and icebergs, which we don't all live in, of course. I have a 2 igloo garage with 2 dog sleds. Never mind. Anyway, so he refused to believe that anyone could operate a log fire inside of an igloo.
Huh.
Which is a load of horseshit. Because what they realize is there's a vent on top.
Yeah.
That the heat can dissipate.
And don't you run when you build the igloo, don't you run your hand along the side to kind of melt it so it'll refreeze into ice?
Yep. Well, they do that. They do that every day. There, after the night of fire, they will rub everything. It's a whole thing. But anyway, yes.
Yeah. People are really freaked out. Like you come up to the north. I'm from Northeast Nebraska, so and we have rivers and lakes and all that stuff because it's a place. And
no, Edward. No, it's
and people from the south would come up in the winter and they'd be freaked out because we just walk out onto the lake and stuff, and you go ice fishing and whatnot. And we have basically little huts out there, and we make food and everything. Little things you boil water and everything. And it's people were like, I'm not walking out on that. The fucking ice is this thick. And they're like, the amount of people.
And then they see the Dodge Ram driving across.
Yeah, the people cruising down on the 5 and 6 people coming down on snowmobiles and shit. And racing across the fucking river and everything. They're like, they not people in the South, man.
My favorite is to show them pictures of the sandhills and be like,
"Oh yeah,
you really think Nebraska is completely void and ugly and you have no idea."
All right, I'm going to ask. Seeing as I'm only going for a little bit longer, I'd love to have Randolph in here. So.
Yeah,
he's in here. I can jump
He's
out.
in the side. I kind of wanted you, David, to be able to talk to Randolph as well, because I kind of want to talk a little bit about setting up some meeting point at some point so that we can all go and chat about getting some stuff going here.
Yeah.
In Vancouver.
I hate to see somebody else leave, but I understand.
I saw Ilya was in the chat too. Ilya, I read your post earlier today. If you need anything, you can reach out to us. So absolutely can. So thank you again. Nebraska's void. Yeah, these days. So
I can jump out, so I don't need to.
Kevin would be a good guest to have on your show, dude. So.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Kevin. If you'd like, you can send us a DM.
Right,
Divine Disbelief on Twitter. It'd be cool.
I will jump out for Randolph because I don't like
YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, my attempted murder.
This one.
I'm sorry. Everyone's talking at once. I didn't hear that.
I said I'll jump out.
Well, I've got to go anyways. I have to go anyways. So yeah, don't feel like you have to because I have to finishing up some stuff for our video. So
okay,
cool. Thanks, everybody.
So you used one of the bunch of the ones that I sent you, right?
Yeah, it's right here. It's on my. It's right there. See?
What? No. The video I sent you.
Oh shit! I was like, yes, yeah. I used one of them. And I'm gonna send because things have. I appreciate you sending as many as you did. They absolutely all of them are awesome. I think you sent 3. Because things have changed with the video, and they have substantially. Still are going to use what you sent us, but I'm going to send you the video when it's done before we send it out so everybody can see it, because I want to make sure that it's still okay with you. You're still okay with us still using what you sent, and you'll see why. So there's nothing bad or anything, but cool. All right, thanks everybody. Your head is shining. Yeah, that's my life.
Shiny head bros.
We have a forehead shine off going on here.
Oh yeah, it's me. It's always me. I don't get it. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. See you later.
See you, man.
Peace out. Thanks, Daniel.
Oh yeah, go Big Red.
He had to get that in.
And,
didn't
Randolph, and of course he's got this going already. Attempted
This
murder.
is in response to Irish Swede.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. So
I tried
for
to
those-
get David Worley to tell you to do that to mention that while you were talking with him, and he didn't bring it up. I was kind of
That would have been
disappointed.
hilarious.
Oh, good
Yeah, I kind of wish he did. He wants to have me on again, so
Next
he
time.
thinks it should be every 100
Yeah,
episodes.
that was a good job.
Sorry,
Oh, that's right, because you were 42, and then you were, was it 42 or 43, and then you were 142 or something.
42. Let's see what
Yeah,
happened.
42.
What happened originally was that he had a number of different episode slots available in the early days there. So I saw number 42 was one of the ones available, so I took that one because life,
It's
the
the answer to
universe, and
everything.
everything might as well go in with a big bang.
And Douglas Adams actually lived here for a while.
Yeah,
don't know
Douglas
if you guys
Adams is. It's a shame he's passed away. It's he was a brilliant writer.
Well, I saw him at the Starbucks on Robson, and I can't remember the cross street, but it's the Starbucks on one corner, and on the other side they had the other coffee shop.
Starbucks?
Fucking yeah. No, it was Blends. I think it was Blends, and we were hanging out at Blends, and I saw him sitting at Starbucks, and I look over and I did a double take, and he noticed me, and he just gave me a nod, and I went like this kind of thing. So that was cool.
You know, it wasn't the coffee shop at the edge of the universe, huh?
In the beginning,
Although
somebody created the
Robson's
universe, and everyone said that was a
He was on his way there.
You see so many famous people in Vancouver. I used to work in Yaletown, and the list of famous actors and people I've seen is
Huge.
pages long. Yeah.
I see Tommy Chong quite often.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
I've
was
seen a
it-
few famous people around, and I went to
Me too.
school. I met Ryan Reynolds before he was famous. His brother went to the same school as me, and he offered me to play some video games. It was Zelda or something like that on Nintendo 64, and I said I declined. He was a bit younger than me, and I just thought, oh, it'd be interesting just to see. I was more interested in watching how people play the games because I was thinking from a perspective of designing my own game, you see. So, but when I told my daughter about this, and she's in her late teens, she's saying, "What? Ryan Reynolds offered you to play, and you said no?" He wasn't famous yet. He was a real nice kid. He real polite, very friendly, and outgoing into sports and all that. But just very nice, well-mannered kid. So
I remember
you got-
one day I was waiting to get onto the Lionsgate Bridge, and there's a long
Thanks, Edward.
curving traffic to get onto that bridge. And so I got my tunes cranked, the windows down. It's summertime, having a good day. So White Hot comes on, and I'm like, oh yeah. So I crank this up. Yeah, and right after the intro, when the music starts pumping, this black Jaguar next to me swerves over, like, just zigs in front of me.
Was it Conrad?
Yeah. And he waves at me and gives me the thumbs up. I'm like, hey.
Beautiful.
that's awesome. And now you're talking about it today. This is very good.
I lived through the almost getting run off the bridge by a Jaguar. Yeah.
You're always welcome, Nathaniel. You know that.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to chat with him. I was on his show once and I enjoyed it. Hey, it's Brainbug. I like his avatar.
I like his
bumblebee.
channel.
Looks really sharp.
He's into bugs like me, so he's got all kinds of cool bugs on there.
Okay. Oh, he's
Yeah,
got a
he
really
has-
nice
he has-
answer there.
Different members of the arachnid family, Stulophusias and whip scorpions and shit like that on his channel the other day. I was checking out. Yeah, because I'm crazy about spiders and bugs and shit too. So
Yeah, whenever we find them in the house, it's usually my job to peacefully remove them and locate them to a bush that doesn't look like it's populated with very many spiders. So
You don't want to be feeding something outside.
yeah.
I've got one in here somewhere. I got a jumping spider that lives in my room. He's not currently anywhere visible. Oh, yeah, he is. He's right up over there.
Tell me,
He's
Neil,
in here.
the ones in this murder hornet stuff, is this real or is this all nonsense?
Well, they are here. And that's Coyote Peterson actually being stung by a murder hornet. You can Brave Wilderness is the name of his channel if you're not familiar with Coyote Peterson. He's mostly about the kids. His shows are basically geared for kids. But he's the Sting Challenge where he did the tarantula hawk, the murder hornet, as you see here. He's done multiple velvet ant. He's done bullet ant. He's done, and he always has, of course, a medical team on the side.
Doesn't a bullet ant bring you to your knees?
It's one of the most painful stings, but it is not the most painful sting. According to Coyote Peterson, he says probably one of the most painful ones he's ever had was the tarantula hawk. So they're huge too. They're almost as big as the murder hornet. They're so badly named. There's some in northern Washington where they found some, but they found a nest and they destroyed it. And there's some here in the lower mainland that they're still trying to locate. So I don't know what this is. Antacid. Bro, we're going to get so...
The ants are going to drop some acid.
That's funny. I've seen that before. Yeah, Coyote Peterson's great. He's a funny guy. And he another one he did was he found the giant centipedes because they have a variety where he lives. So he's literally able to go into his backyard and find this thing. And he got bit by one of these things. And he says that's right up there on the pain scale too, is the giant centipede.
The thing I remember about bullet ants was Survivor Man, Les Stroud, got bit by one when he did his, was it the Amazon? Yep. And it just took him to his knees.
Oh, yeah, they're painful, man. I don't know. I've never been bit by one, but I know someone that's actually been bit by one. He says it's the most painful thing he's ever experienced. I said, you haven't given birth yet, have you? Of course, he'll never give birth. So.
Yeah. And like, if that happens to Les Stroud and it takes him to his knees, it would like make me want to like jump off a cliff.
That's the scientific name for the murder hornet, which is actually the giant Asian or Japanese hornet, which is where they originate. Yeah, he says, thanks for putting murder hornets in quotes, murder hornets. They got that name because they wipe out bee colonies.
Yeah.
However, in Japan, the bees in Japan have evolved a great way to deal with murder hornets. What they do is they immediately swarm the murder hornets, flap their wings super, super fast, and create super high temperatures that kill the hornets. So, however, many get taken out in the process.
Damn, nature, that's scary.
Oh yes, you're right. He's right. That's right. Yeah, you're right. I just go off the top of my head sometimes, but yes.
My builder was telling me this morning about a video he saw on YouTube. Sorry. My builder was just telling me this morning about a video he saw on YouTube recently of a wasp entering a beehive. And they just let the wasp enter. But then when the wasp is in there, finally they surround them and they start buzzing. And then it raises the temperature and scorches the wasp to death.
Yep.
That's amazing that the bees know to do this, you know?
Well, either you learn quickly and evolve to adapt to these things, or you perish, right?
Yeah.
Bees are smart. Bees be smart. I see what you did there, Theo. Kevin, you haven't said much of this. It's
Oh yeah, I'm more of an observer. I sit back and listen, but interject every now and then.
Even to this crazy nonsense?
Yeah. I did say, damn, nature, you scary. But I don't know if you heard me say that. The old Family Guy.
Oh, yeah, I did. I got that. Yeah. Big bugs.
It's raining sideways. That's my favorite Family Guy line.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, with Ollie? Ollie, the weather guy?
Yep. It's raining sideways. Every time
Yeah,
somebody posts that, I can't stop laughing.
I don't quite know as much as you, but I do love them and have since I was a kid and studied them ever since then. Of course, on my own. I didn't go to school. Holy shit. Look at Randolph. He's got some divine shit going on behind him there. The lights of heaven are pouring into the window.
That keeps happening.
God rays.
Yeah,
I think they're trying to. Maybe somebody's trying to satisfy my challenge.
What's your challenge?
Oh, let me just quickly bring it up here. Give me a sec. It's
Is it to transport you to the other side of the universe? So you can...
I'll just try to find it. Give me a sec. I'll find it here. So where did I? Yeah,
Neil,
I want to read from it. Sorry?
I was like, because I talked to Atheist Morph about, when I was sitting in the hospital after they had told me what was going on, I go, that would have been the best time in the world for God to have proven himself, come down and healed me.
No kidding.
He's just waiting for the right moment. He's trying to pick his
champion,
spot.
Man,
Perfect.
2,000 years.
CEO of hide and seek.
Are you sure you were praying correctly?
I didn't have enough faith, according to several people.
Right? If there's at least 2 of you, he'll answer. Yeah, tell that to those people that gathered in Jerusalem before the pandemic went ballistic and said, "Oh, we'll stop, but God will come down." And yeah, that didn't work so well.
Yeah. But to naturally have 2 walls of my aorta reform, in a matter of minutes, I would have been a believer right away.
He could have snapped his fingers and it would have happened, but of course not.
He works in
He's too
mysterious
busy
ways.
making sure that. Yeah,
he's too busy making toast.
making images on toast and making.
Yeah, he had a potato chip to appear on.
Everybody there? There we go. So I put this out a little while ago to somebody who's claiming stuff about their deity, and I said, look, because they want to know what it'll take to prove it. So I wrote, well, this is what.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. This is the you going to be.
Yeah. They're claiming their deity is real and has omnipotence and omniscience. So I asked them to arrange for their deity to grant that to me for a week or 2 so that I can make sure for myself that it's real. So that's what this, I guess I'm saying, is maybe they're working on it. So far, what happens with this is most of the responses have been to negotiate how much time I would need this for, which I found quite unexpected. I was expecting they'd come up with some other stuff, but
Yeah, I love how
determining the nature of nothing, that would be cool.
Randolph.
the nature of nothing. What do you mean, Irish Sweet?
The nature of nothing. Like, what would actually nothingness be like? No quantum fluctuations, nothing.
Everything. That's
Hang on. That would not be absolutely nothing, because I put thought into this, and I am writing about it for a book that I'm planning to publish. It's a book about atheism, but as soon as you put some kind of a rule on it that there would be no quantum fluctuations in it, then it's no longer.
Why does he always fade out when it's a good part?
yeah.
Don't look into the light, Randolph. Don't look into the light.
There's some divine intervention. That's actually really bright, dude. You should really do something.
That reminds me of
It can't even see you.
That reminds me of a DM that I got on Instagram a couple of days ago by this chick who said that she witnessed what she called a UFO demon. She said she saw this demon suck the soul out of a firefighter in the California fires, and like she's got pictures and videos and stuff on her Instagram about it. And I was
I'm sure she does.
Yeah, this is a UFO demon.
If that is the light of God, then I have a blockage to it. My my televangelist impersonation is terrible.
Rejecting the truth. That's called rejecting the truth.
I blow
well, at
with
least
the
you're not
wind
blinded
of
by the
God.
light now.
The Kenneth Copeland.
Oh yeah.
That crazy motherfucker.
What an asshole. Yeah. I hope he
Peak
catches
capitalism. Peak capitalism.
him and all of his goons standing in a fucking semicircle, blowing the
Oh,
wind
you
of
see when he
God.
went
It's called-
on that
Nodding their head going.
news chick?
No, it's called natural selection.
Oh yeah,
That is.
I saw that. I did one of my podcast episodes is about that shit when he goes crazy on that. When she asks about his private jet, and he's like, "Don't you talk about my jet?" And he starts pointing at her like a crazy fuck.
Oh, I remember
Oh.
that. That was hilarious.
He looks insane.
The question should have been, which one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's 3, does it not?
It wouldn't have
That's
made
the-
him
that's
any
the-
happier. That's for
that's the
sure.
best
I think
question.
he just bought his 4th.
I have a friend who's a big Joyce Myers fan, and when I explained to her that she has a $25 million gated community that her family lives in, and her entire board of directors is family members and in-laws, and she has 2 jets, and she was like, "Stop telling me this. I really like her." It's like, well,
She doesn't care about
sorry
you.
to reveal the truth to you.
yeah.
Jesus.
I guess someone forgot to tell her that she's not supposed to be preaching on behalf of God. It says so right in the Bible.
Yeah, hasn't she read First Timothy?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're supposed to be killing all the atheists, according to the Bible.
But there's no such thing as an atheist because we all know God exists. We just
Oh
deny
Jesus
it.
Christ! That
Oh boy, you're going all William Lane Craig on us now, aren't you?
Hang on.
How
I
do you make-
think it's fucking time to get rid of this guy.
That is the answer to the question, how do you make an atheist say Jesus Christ?
That's right. That's right.
An Irish Swede is worried about me attempting murder.
Oh yeah.
So Randolph, you're out this way too?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, he was-
below the water level like Neil.
Oh, are you? Oh, you're in Richmond?
Technically, we're on the
It
same
takes a
chunk
local
of
to get
land.
that.
In Vancouver, they dumped a bunch of dirt and put a big dike around it. And one of these days, you're going to hear about in Vancouver how somebody put like 4 bombs in the dike over there and blew the dike up, and 240,000 people got washed over to Neil's house.
It's literally where I am, which is the exact same island that Randolph is on. It's called Lulu Island. Yeah, that's right. And I'm on the very, very north tip of it, in a little place called Queensboro. The river, Fraser River, literally splits right where I live. And Randolph is way on down further, and he's below sea level. I'm technically above sea level because we're up on a rock part. We're the only solid part of this whole island here in Queensboro.
Yeah, Neil's higher up. He's above me. I'm hoping to get up to that level one day. Oh, that's video game. Sorry.
You're doing well.
Yeah.
So don't even kid yourself.
Well, it's only at king tide in the fall, it's only 32 feet underwater or something like that. I mean, how bad would that be if 32 feet of water came through your house?
I'd be fine.
I don't know how to swim, so it's going to be a problem for me.
But they have ditches in Richmond. That's why you got the nickname Ditchmond. I mean,
Yeah.
so
Oh, we've been filling those up.
I know, but the big ones are still there. I think those are what you need. Yeah, they've been filling
yeah.
some of them. The ones all down one road and 2 roads, and railways. Some of them, railway still has some, but
It's
Garden
killing
City
all the
still
gay
has
frogs.
killing all the kids. When I grew up,
Alex Jones reference.
right near one of the biggest ditches in Richmond in South Arm Park, and used to get the ditch rats. They're much bigger than regular rats. They're muskrats, so they're huge. And they used to climb up out of the ditch all the time. They end up in your garbage cans. I can't tell you how many times I took the top off and there's a fucking muskrat looking at me. Like, how the hell did you get in here?
The raccoons are afraid of them.
Wow.
Yep. You're big. Yep.
The raccoons are usually not afraid of a lot, but they're afraid of those.
No.
Their muskrats are like smaller versions of river otters, which we also have here.
Yeah.
Actually, I've just seen some earlier today and over there because the tourists that come down to the Key in New West always like to feed them. So
Okay,
they're always
hold on
around.
a second. The Key is in North Vancouver.
I know, but there's also the New West Key as well.
That doesn't count. You can't call it the Key. There's only one Key.
Then pronounce it Quay. That'll be fine.
the hell is this? What the hell is it?
It's me.
You can.
What the hell is that all about?
I can see the queue for
the new
keys.
7 Days to Die alpha just came out, so I'm starting it up.
Oh,
I have no idea what that is.
7 Days to
Well, that's
Die
it.
is a
That's the Rona.
zombie survival horror game where every 7 days there's a blood moon and a bunch of zombies come after you.
Oh, sweet.
sweet.
It's
Have you played,
Minecraft. It's Minecraft with smart zombies.
Oh,
Oh.
sweet. Have you gamed with Matt Dillahunty?
I have not.
I heard he's got quite a history with Counter-Strike going way back when. So
Yeah, with my eyes, I have a thing happen to me called Ampy where I got I have scar tissue on my retinas, so my ability to actually see straight.
oh,
I can't play first-person shooters anymore.
Oh no! How did that happen?
my uncle had that.
That
too.
sucks.
Acute posterior multifocal placoid pigment epitheliopathy happens to you when you have an autoimmune disease, and it causes the blood vessels in your retina to swell. And I actually was blind for a month.
Wow.
I thought psoriasis sucked.
And when it went down, there's pieces in my vision that are missing. So, and with the scar tissue, like if I were to look at graph paper, it would be all wavy.
Wow.
That, so,
Neat.
but
Sounds neat,
I
but
can
it's
read. I can read. I can drive. I can do everything fairly normally. But if you get like at the right focal length, everything starts to converge, and it gets really bad headaches and
And that's gaming focal length, isn't it?
just about. Usually, the worst part about it is it's usually about dashboard for what I need to see in my car is about where that focal length is, or where you usually put your monitor. Or it can get real shit real fast.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But
Does that mean
they're
just
actually
set a
going to
playlist
actually
and
try
drive?
and see if the two are related with what just happened to me and if there's a genetic connection between the two, because it's not a random thing.
If you had your screen projected on the wall, would that be okay for you, or?
It's just the distance of the focal. So if I sit back like 3 inches from where the problem spot is,
you're okay.
then it's fine.
So when we meet and I want to show you something, I got to hold it up to your face, sort of thing.
Yeah. or
like, hey, look at this
way
meme.
from my face. It's
Yeah,
about 2 feet is the focal length. That's the problem.
So is it weird if you're trying to look at stuff on your phone then?
Nah, because that's about 1 foot.
I guess it's about a foot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and it's a very narrow range. It's like an inch plus or minus is where the problem is, and outside of that, it's fine.
But it's a spot that gets hit a lot because most things are right in that area. Yeah.
Are you using as
imagine you normally hold a book to read roughly about that focal length, and that's how annoying it is.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
But it's a great way to get out of doing the dishes. Hey, I can't see anything here.
I prefer to do the dishes because that means she's giving them the bath.
Oh, yeah.
Two toddlers.
Yeah, the dishes don't splash a lot, right? Like
they don't talk back either.
I'm kidding. I sit in the bathroom and still splash today. Make bubbles! Make bubbles!
Or you can do what my grandpa did when I was younger. He used to tell me, you can either get in the tub with your clothes on or without them. And he said, but I'm going to go out to the workshop, and by the time I come back, you better be in there. Otherwise, I'm going to throw you in there with your clothes on. Always worked for me.
Well, get your clothes and you wash at the same time. So that seems kind of like a bonus.
I just tell mine that they can't watch Dino Trucks if they don't hurry up and get in the bath. And that usually works.
But Dino Trucks is awesome. What are you talking about? You let them fucking not. I heard they canceled Paw Patrol or some shit.
No, they didn't cancel Paw Patrol. They were mad because Chase is a police officer, and defund police and everything. Seriously, I mean, how stupid can you be?
Oh, there is a serious fucking problem though that needs to be dealt with.
Yeah,
Systemic
but it's not on Paw Patrol.
It's just not.
It's not on Paw Patrol.
It's not on Paw Patrol. which interestingly enough, Adventure Bay and Paw Patrol is in Canada.
Yeah, that's right.
maybe if those bad police officers actually watch Paw Patrol, they'd be better police officers.
Probably not.
I saw a post earlier.
But to
bad cops
spend,
here too that have come into the news lately as well. So,
but to spend any amount of effort complaining about Paw Patrol because it has a character on it that has the police, uniform, it's just stupid. It's a waste
Time well
of
spent.
Well, one of the things that intrigued me recently was watching John Schneider talk about the Dukes of Hazzard and whether or not they should remaster the show or pull it or whatever because of the concerns about the rebel flag, the Dixie horn, that sort of thing. And there's a lot of good argument. I want to say there's a lot of validity to the arguments on both sides, but I think ultimately, if you took the flag off the top of the car and imposed or CGI,
just made it orange.
Put an American flag. Yeah, the creaky, the creaky blinder. Put on an American flag, and take the Dixie horn out of the audio. Put something else in there that's an American song, right?
Generally, if you do that, I get.
They would have to. They would have to take the name off the car. But would that change the show at all? No, absolutely not really.
I think it would.
How would it?
I like what Disney did with all their old cartoons.
I watched that show and never, ever thought anything. But of course, I didn't really know much about it at the time.
I agree with you. So did I. But none of that stuff that they're talking about ever affected me.
No, not in a negative way. Anyways.
What Disney did with all their old cartoons is they put a 30-second title card up at the very beginning of every old cartoon and says, there's a lot of problems with what is going on in this cartoon for the next 30 minutes. We are not changing it. We are leaving it be so that you can see how the time, how times have changed, and so that you can see how people used to be.
I mean, you can't erase the past. You can't erase the past, so
the problem I have with a lot of what's going on in this, and I bite my tongue with Twitter is that would be awesome.
That would be fucking epic if they did that.
People that want to judge historical figures by today's standards. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, we all would have been different back then. Yeah, I think
exactly. Yeah. And as much as we cringe at it, it's still a part of our human evolution. It's still a part of who we were, and we are growing and learning from that shit to become better people. If you take that away, we can't. And all of a sudden, it's like people say, well, the Holocaust, for example. I mean, that was horrible shit, and we try to not have stuff like that happen again, even though it is. There are many places where shit like that still happens, but we can't grow and evolve if that stuff is not there to reference to. In my opinion, as horrible as it was, we need to have that there as historical.
I agree that the Confederate statues need to come down.
They were talking about the ones in Gettysburg, and they're saying they were saying that Gettysburg is the one place where you have to put up educational material to say these were the leaders of the opposition to the Civil War, that what happened, right? Yeah. So there has to be a place for that, but that place
is at Gettysburg.
Yeah.
Or in a museum.
Or exactly. Well, and Gettysburg is a museum. I mean,
it is, but I'm talking more about like a limestone building museum.
Yeah.
Darwin
absolutely Neil, when you had Katie on the other day and you were talking about the blue eyes experiment, do you remember that? There was a Jane Elliott that was the scientist behind that? Anyway, she did an episode of Oprah where they did the blue eyes, brown eyes, and they invited all the people to the show 2 hours earlier, and they mistreated half of them and all this. And during the show, they were talking about, blue-eyed people aren't as smart as brown-eyed people or green-eyed people. And they got into this whole thing. And halfway through the show, brown-eyed people were standing up saying things like, well, listen to them. Obviously, they're not as smart as us. And it took less than a half an hour to influence people to be racist towards blue-eyed people.
Yeah, we are a mutation.
Yep. No, it's true. Blue eyes are the last color to come into existence for eyes for humans.
Yep.
Even though when you're
everybody was brown
animals, well, when you're born, I think you have blue eyes until they change to the color they're meant to be, or they're going to be, not meant to be. Because that happens with animals too. Everyone's born with blue eyes or gray eyes or whatever the fuck it is.
At one point, the song was about every girl because everyone had brown eyes.
Brown-eyed girl.
Took you guys a while. I
knew what you were talking about right away.
Neil's the music guy.
I was wondering if her name might be Jenny.
No.
8675.
Got your number. Did you see that out of these trucks, like FedEx type trucks lined up, and one of them's number was 8675309, and it says, "Oh, Jenny's got a truck" or something on the meme. I can't.
There's a brewery in town that has the picture on the back of the truck where the roll-up door is of the kegs falling out, and it's a really good picture of like kegs tumbling out of the back of a truck. I don't think they should be allowed to.
I'm on the road. Yeah, a lot of room in the back seat. I could throw a few kegs in.
Hey, speaking of kegs, we should go down to Barnside. I'll call Sean before we go down there, and his family owns it. We might get a free plate of nachos off of him.
Well, Dave, actually, I'm going to through Facebook. I'm going to send you my cell number if I haven't already, and I'd like you and me and Randall.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the three of us could be some responsible for organizing a lot of atheist events here in the Lower Mainland in the future.
Oh yeah,
wherever I can pitch in, I'd love to. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to do stuff once it's safe for groups of people to gather again. We wanted to do it earlier this year, but because of the coronavirus,
outdoors is better. They say it's better, and we can meet and we can have like 10, 15 people together to shoot the shit.
We still had to be careful about. We got to be very careful about that though, because there is a family of 10 I just heard about recently. My wife heard on the news is they got together. And one of them apparently had coronavirus, and now 8 out of 10 of them are sick with it.
Oh, was that at a restaurant? Yeah. I think I heard about that, but I think I've already had it.
Gathering it at someone's house. That's what I read.
Yeah,
I thought it was a family gathering at a restaurant, but I think I heard about that. But on March 9th, I had a really, really bad flu. I had the rigors. I lost my taste, everything like that. The only thing I didn't have was respiratory distress, but I have really good lungs. I had the wicked fever and the whole deal. So I've actually filled out the form online to get tested for antibodies so I can donate blood and donate antibodies. But Great. I think I've already had it. I've had the first version of it anyway. So.
Well, they say that it will deplete your antibodies big time.
Yeah.
And that's why, and now you're susceptible to a recatch because it changes a little bit every time.
But they've said there's a curve to that as well.
Isn't there I want to say there's a song about that. I think Barnacle Bill the Sailor or something is the name of the song. Anyway, open the crack and shove him back. Barnacle Bill the Sailor. I don't know.
Open the crack and shove him back.
Yeah, it was an old song I learned at like summer camp. So.
Oh yeah. Hey,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember when that happened. That's the bridge out in Coquitlam there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well, that's local here.
That was Irony Truck Lines, I believe, that crashed into that.
Irony Truck Lines. Guys, I got to bring this to an end. So, Kevin, I want to say thanks again for
thanks
joining.
Thanks for having me, man. It's awesome.
let everyone know where they can find you. And just so you know, guys, in the original interview, all the links are there. But Kevin, you got a lot of stuff you can chill out right now. So
yeah, I'm at Jesus Unfollower on everything: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and then my podcast, Jesus Unfollower.
Fantastic.
yeah, there you go. Actually, there is a website. You can go to his main website, which I also have linked there, that will give you links to everything that he has as well.
Yep.
Even though I provided them all because I'm not lazy. Well, what's this now? Oh, what the hell is this crap?
See if you can get it.
That's brilliant.
That is fucking funny. I like it.
That's really
The
good.
haiku brew.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Right.
And if Neil invites you on, don't forget that you have to bring something for show and tell.
Apparently that's going to be a thing. I didn't do my. Oh yeah, I did. I did my Darth Vader thing that I did.
Yeah.
The only thing else I haven't reached is this guy right here because he's one of the best Looney Tune characters ever, Marvin the Martian.
Marvin
the Martian.
Hang on. Before we go,
Space modulator.
XP710 incinerator gun.
does anybody know who this guy is?
Speedy
Arriba,
Gonzalez.
arriba, arriba, arriba.
Gonzalez, yeah.
Speedy
Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Used to love
Speedy
all
Gonzalez.
those damn cartoons.
Yeah, they were racist too.
Very
Almost down.
racist. I mean, Speedy Gonzalez. Come on.
One of my favorite memes ever, though, is you may be cool, but you're not, and it's the picture of Freddie Mercury riding on the back of Darth Vader. It says, "You're not Freddie Mercury riding on the back of Darth Vader." Cool.
Well, that's epic.
I know. I was gonna Photoshop a picture of me riding on the back of Eddie of Freddie Mercury, who was riding on the back of. And yeah, you're right. I'm a level up.
Yeah.
Right.
There's another one that shows a Mongolian hunter. You know, the hawk hunter. It says, "You may be cool, but you're not, you know, a Mongolian wearing the pelts of the things that your eagle just killed." riding back, you know, and Mongolians, they put the meat underneath their saddle because it cures the meat with the heat.
No
and
more
the friction
meat.
and everything. And so, yeah, it's like, you're not that cool.
Why are you
Nice.
putting that up on the screen?
No more goddamn memes. I gotta end this.
All right.
Also, Dave, do you have anything you want to chill out?
Me? No. Watch Neil's show.
What?
Like, follow, subscribe.
Yeah, have we organized you getting on my show yet? Or
You said August. I can literally, anytime you have somebody that cancels, you can phone me.
oh, okay, that's convenient.
I'm
I
a
can't remember
convenient
if we-
kind of person.
I talk to so many fucking people every day. It's hard to keep track of everyone I've booked.
Don't worry
and
about
I
it.
haven't yet.
I'm nearby
Anyway,
and easy
yeah.
to find.
True enough. And what about you, BBA? Show the shit out of your channel so you can finally pass Bub.
Yeah, I mean, I've just upload, Sundays and Wednesdays at 1600 Eastern Standard Time.
1600.
I use it all the time. I've just got
What's your military haircut?
I use 24
I
hours.
always go by 24-hour time. So
Yeah, me too.
I think we should all convert to Greenwich Mean Time.
Yeah.
Those are fighting words. We're in the
There's lots of
preferred
people
time
that
zone, and I
feel
want
that
to keep
way,
it that way.
but it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to do it. It couldn't work. Anyway. Well, hey, Zhao. Zhao finally showed up. I know it's morning time there. He's like, you go on so goddamn early, Neil. I can never be up early enough in the morning to be on your channel. I actually just recently had Zhao on the channel.
Xiao. Okay.
Xiao. Yeah. Xiao.
Xiao.
Okay, I'm a white guy. I can't pronounce half the Chinese words, dude. So, I have that issue. We have
you live in
one of the largest Chinese populations in the world here, next to China itself, right here in the Lower Mainland. But yeah, no, he's a great guy. I had him on recently. Had a great chat with him. You can probably find it. It's really good. We talked about a whole bunch of different things, but yeah, it was really good. Sweet. What about you?
I just did check out Atheist Morse channel because I just did an interview with him, which he just posted, where I talked a lot about what happened with my operation and how I never became the "there's no atheists in foxholes" example. And I am currently getting things lined up to start re-recording on my channel to be the platform for trans people who want to get on and tell their story and not be interrupted or being told how to feel.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Excellent. And last but not least, my very good friend and president of Canadian Atheists, Randolph. What do you want to shill on?
Okay, so of course the Canadian Atheists, we're always looking for new members. Our website address is www.canadianatheists.ca, and lately we're fighting against Alberta provinces here. That's made a law that basically outlaws public protests, even if they're peaceful. And it looks like I may have to take this to the federal government because I've not had a response from the provincial government there yet. And they should have responded, I think, probably by tomorrow. If not, then we're moving on to the next stage of this. I was on David Worley's show just the other day talking about this a little bit as well. So we appreciate all the support that we get. Donations and memberships are always welcome. I also have a YouTube channel that's not very active, but I do have some good content on there. And that's at www.youtube.com/Randolph Richardson. That's Randolph spelled with an F. Thank you very much, Neil.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. That's I always like people to shill out their stuff. And all right, guys, I want to thank all my after party guests tonight. And I should probably, before I forget, write everybody down. Like I always fucking forget somebody, right? So
don't forget that you had to drop someone about a half an hour ago.
Yeah, that was Nathaniel. Anyways, we're going to bring this to a close because I still have to do my fucking laundry from my trip and whatnot and make some food. Make some oh, yeah. Now Oz shows up. Hey, Oz, what's up, brother? By the way, Oz, I have my guest tonight was Kevin, who's Jesus Unfollower. You should probably, it's at Jesus Unfollower on Twitter. Get in touch with him because I think Kevin will be a great guest on your show, the Atheist Roundtable. So get in touch with him, okay?
I know Oz from the TikTok.
So we do. Oh, yeah, there you go. So this is what we do, man. As a community, we get guests on each other's show because we...
and if anybody's ever looking for a guest on their show to talk about atheism in Canada, I'm available. Just feel free to contact me.
There's another one, Oz, because he's the president of Canadian Atheists right there, and he's a good friend of mine. Get him the fuck on there.
Oh, I got the little make-believe right there.
Neil and I are good friends.
We don't. Anybody wants to talk about economics? I'm a professional economist. Oh, wait, no. Never mind. No one ever does.
I will be in touch with you on that at one point when I get my show started finally.
Yeah, well, our show. What do you mean, my show?
No. I'm talking about one that I'm going to just interview some people on things, various topics. Different from the True North Talk one. Yeah, so I wasn't mixing them up. Yeah. But I've talked a lot more about True North Talk, the one that we're working on together with Mikey as well. Yeah.
And Mikey's our producer. Yeah, we got a few things we got to hammer out before we get that going. But anyways, thanks all you guys for hanging out with us. I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. We had a great guest on today, and I had a great time chatting with you today, Kevin. And
appreciate it.
It's good to get to. I love getting to know the atheist community a little bit by little bit.
Yeah.
Having people on is a way to do that. And David, thanks for jumping in, man. It's your first time in one of these. So.
It's my first time. It was great meeting all of you guys kind of face to face for the first time because I've been writing a lot of crap on the chat.
And Oz says, yeah, fuck you, drinking with Jesus.
Oz is hammered.
Cheers, Oz.
Cheers.
You bastard, poolside. I was just lakeside at the Lake Okanagan up in Summerland.
Well,
fucking
we are
hot. Yeah. We're in the West Coast, bro. We got water everywhere.
That's the Pacific Ocean.
It is.
On Stanley Park as well, I think.
Yeah, well, you can see Stanley Park right there.
Yep.
There you go.
I can walk there from here.
which is where Arrow and all the other CW shows, The Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, except for Stargirl. Stargirl's not filmed here, I don't think.
Deadpool 1 and 2 were filmed here.
Yeah, both the Deadpools.
cool.
Well, that's because Ryan Reynolds is from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. We're going to bring this to a close. I hope everyone has a great rest of your evening, whether it's evening or morning or afternoon. I hope it's really good for you. And this is the whole COVID-19 thing, guys. Remember to stay safe and be well and be kind. And I always say at the end of these shows, like the late, great Christopher Hitchens once said, it's called faith because it's not knowledge.